Hi YouTube, welcome back to my channel. Long time no see again. Various technical difficulties as well as my usual busyness at work. I'm not able to upload anything at all at home at the moment for various reasons that I won't bore you with. But I'm filming this in the hope that I'll be able to upload whilst I'm away on the hotel Wi-Fi this week. So I thought I'd record a quick empties video. I think these empties, they're certainly going back to the beginning of January. I think probably to the beginning of December, end of November. So I've got a lot, to be honest, and I'm not going to show you everything. I'm not going to show you repeats or boring samples that I haven't got much to say about. I want to talk about a few things that I've really liked, that I've had for the first time, a few old favourites that I haven't used for a while, and then a few that haven't really made the cut for me. So, first of all, what's been successful? Well, I don't know what's wrong with my shaky hands today. Tom Ford, you know how much I love the product, so you may think that's not much of a surprise that I ended up very much liking the waterproof foundation concealer. I'm not even sure if they're still making this. He's just launched another ridiculously expensive foundation, coming in at over £100, I think, in the UK. I'm very tempted, but I'm trying to use up things that I've already got. And when I was looking on the website, I'm not sure I saw these still available. So apologies if it's one that's been discontinued now. But I did think it was worth talking about this because it wasn't one that initially impressed me. I wasn't really sure what the point of a waterproof foundation was. And that may be because I live in a fairly temperate climate and I'm not an athlete, and I don't understand why people who are getting hot and sweaty working out would be wearing makeup in the first place. But I do accept that different climates, have different needs for their makeup. For me, I didn't really need a waterproof foundation, so I didn't quite see the point of it, and I didn't think there was anything particularly special about this when I tried it the first couple of times and spoke about it. But I have to say, it really grew on me, mainly because, like a lot of Tom Ford products, the pigmentation is insanely good. So although this is a small 1 fluid ounce tube, it lasted for absolutely ages, which is presumably why, if they have discontinued it, it's because it's an old product, to be honest. But I used it a lot, not every day. I used it a lot when I travelled because it was very convenient little tube to take, and it just gave very good medium to fullish coverage, but with a nice semi-dewy finish to it. I needed concealer as well. I didn't use it as a concealer, but as a foundation, it was really excellent. So I definitely would recommend that. If it's of interest, I had it in 2 Buff, which is also the shade, well, one of the 2 shades I use in the Creamy Stick foundation, which I also use, and the Traceless as well. Although I'm not sure whether the new foundations, although they've got some of the same names, are going to be the same shade. So the only thing I didn't like about this was obviously the tube, which was fairly hygienic, but it did get very gungy. I do like those pump actions. I think they're the best packaging for premium products where you're paying a lot. You think they could do it, right? Dr. Yart. This is kind of faded. I've had it so long, and I bought it in America, which is a good few years ago. A BB cream with SPF 45. I just really loved it. I think it was a 1 shade. It was a triple action formula premium beauty balm, and I used it a lot on days when I wasn't wanting to wear a lot of makeup. Like a lot of the Korean products, has a fairly yellow undertone, which actually works to slightly tone down the redness in my skin, and it would last really well. Didn't need powder, didn't need touch up, didn't sink into the pores and cause a nasty problem around the nose and the chin. Yeah, I would probably get it again, actually, although I'm using another BB at the moment. I tried a number of products that I wouldn't have picked for myself, but they came in gift bundles, mostly cleansers and moisturizers. This is Dr. Levy of Switzerland 3 Deep Cell Renewal Micro Resurfacing Cleanser, which I just used as a basic cleanser. I don't tend to like the micro, beaded cleansers so much, exfoliators rather. I think they're a little rough on the skin, but this one was not. They were tiny, tiny beads that I really didn't feel irritated the skin, so I could use it almost daily. And it does say you can use it daily as a kind of creamy cleanser that they advise you can be used on wet skin, which is what I would do usually, and then rinse it off with a flannel or a muslin. I didn't use it on dry skin or as a face mask, but they say you can do that. I've no idea whether it's a very expensive product, so that might affect whether I would buy it again. Just trying to remind myself of the smell. Yeah, it does have a fragrance, but nothing too offensive. A bit similar to Chanel, to be honest. So if you were in the market for a cleanser and resurfacer in one, as it were, then this might do the job for you. I also liked Rodial's Vitamin C Brightening Cleanser. I would seriously think about getting this again. This was basically a gel, and I do quite like those. So very easy to smooth on. You could wipe it off with tissues, but I liked, again, using a muslin or a cloth. Left my skin feeling really smooth and clean, but not dried out. I think it had and quite a nice citrusy fragrance, which always does it for me. So I liked that. And I also liked this one, the Lixia Skin Electro Gel Cleanser. This was described as an evening cleanser and detoxifying mask in one. I don't know so much about that. Again, it was a slightly gel-like consistency with a rose fragrance. I'm not so fond of rose, but this was certainly very bearable. And if you like rose, you'd like it very much. And it had a similar effect to the Rodial one in that I definitely felt clean, smooth, but not dried by it. I have a feeling this is rather expensive. Well, aren't they all? So I don't know whether I would get it again, but it was certainly very effective. Did what it said on the tin. Now, you know that I love oily aromatherapy baths, and I spend vast amounts on aromatherapy associates oils, which now come in at about £48 a bottle, albeit they last for a long time. So I'm always in the market for similar products that are less expensive, but it is hard to find the quality for less money. So again, I had in a gift bundle this Suzanne Kaufman Lavender De-Stress Oil. It doesn't actually say it's for the bath, so maybe that was part of the problem. It doesn't say anything at all about how you should use it, really. It's an Austrian product. I bunged it in the bath and I didn't feel it dispersed very well. So it would be in kind of globules, which wasn't the greatest bathing experience. So I have no idea where it comes in the price range, but I wouldn't be getting it again. And then Bloom Remedies, I think I bought this in Cornwall. They've got quite an extensive website, which I did look at, and quite a commitment to organic, although I don't think all the products are 100% organic. It was much cheaper than Aromatherapy Associates. Had a lovely fragrance in the bottle, but it didn't really translate as much in the bath. You had to use an awful lot of it, which kind of oiled up the bath a bit. And I didn't feel the fragrance was as powerful. So it still loses to Aromatherapy Associates, I'm afraid. Rogue O'Neill is a ridiculously expensive range. They do a Himalayan bath salts, aromatherapy bath salts, that a lot of bloggers were raving about a few years ago. And honestly, you might as well throw liquid gold into your bath, to be honest, for the price of these bath salts. And again, it was a product that smelt really glorious in the container. The container, mark you, was a very heavy glass jar, which was kind of inappropriate for the bathroom, because if you dropped it, it smashed everywhere. And believe you me, I did it, and wasn't very good for travel. But my main issue with the bath salts was that they just didn't seem to do anything in the bath. However, I did get this Boost Natural Hair and Body Wash from the same range. I think I had a gift size travel, a gift travel size version of this hair and body wash, and I really liked it. It won't astonish you to know that it has quite a citrusy fragrance, but not your kind of standard Body Shop lemon or orange. And it's a nice product. I don't shower a lot. I tend to prefer baths, but if I'm away, sometimes a shower is all you get in your room, and this is the product that I like to use in the shower. So I definitely would consider buying that again, notwithstanding the expense. It just goes to show you can't judge a range by one product, and by that I mean just because you like one product in a range and you think it's really, really premium quality, or equally you really aren't impressed by a particular product in a range, it doesn't mean that you won't find others in the range that you really like, or for the ones that you like, you might be unimpressed by others. And an example of that is Aveda. I love a couple of their shampoos, particularly the Brilliant range, probably my favourite shampoo. And so I had high hopes when they brought out Cherry Almond, because I love the fragrance. But it really didn't do it for me. It didn't lather well. I didn't feel it left my hair feeling very clean. And the fragrance, again, whilst you could smell it in the bottle, didn't really translate to my hair. I had these dreams that my hair was going to smell of cherry almond, but it did not. So I won't be buying that again. Similarly, Urban Decay do various of these setting sprays. And my favourite is the all-nighter, which I really rate. I haven't got any on the go at the moment, need to get some. For some reason or other, I think all-nighter was out of stock. I was persuaded to buy Dew Me, which was supposed to fix your makeup in exactly the same way that all-nighter does, but give you a more glowy aspect, which sounded great to me, but I find it doesn't work as a fixative at all, or certainly not as well as all-nighter, so wouldn't be getting that again. A couple of old favourites, Clarins Multi-Active Jour, SPF 15, not really a high enough SPF for me these days. I used to wear this years and years ago, and I still think Clarins is a nice mid-priced range with a lot of reliable products in there. I had this in the bottom of a bag somewhere or other and used it up. It's a nice basic day moisturiser, but as I say, probably not a high enough SPF on its own, but if you wear a sunscreen as well, it would be fine. Liz Earle's Instant Boost Tonic. I think the idea of toners, tonics, as opposed to AHs and serums has gone out of the window these days, but if you still like to use a toner after your cleanser, then, and I do sometimes, this is the one for me. Partly I just love the smell, but it doesn't strip. It's very gentle, nice product. Comes in the kind of screw top that you can pour onto your cotton wool ball, or it also comes in sprays, and very reasonably priced. Available in Boots now. Dermalogica, fantastically reliable range. Special cleansing gel is not ideal for my skin type. It's slightly drying, so I prefer the dry skin versions, but it's okay. And Dermalogica itself is a a great line, I think. I do use their Ultra Soothing, I think, creamy cleanser is my cream cleanser of choice. And Kate Somerville, this was a new one for me, Retinol Vita C Power Serum. This was in a gift pack. Has a really lovely smell, a bit like cake. Slightly silicone-y feel on the skin, but I did feel that it gave a nice texture to my skin the next morning. So I definitely might consider shelling out on this when I next have a big skin purchase. So those were the empties, and I shall see you again soon. Bye for now.